Hey YouTube, this is Shakira back with another video, and today I am coming to you guys with a story time, and this story time is gonna be on how I got caught cheating on my final exam and I almost got expelled.
I don't need a boyfriend, so you can't go back. Please enjoy your party, I'll be here.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get straight into this story because it's gonna take a while. I'm not gonna say what year this was because I don't want to get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna say it happened very recently. It was a Spanish class. When you're learning a new language, it's not gonna take a school year to learn it. It's just impossible, and that's what they don't understand. It is not easy to learn a whole new language. Like it's nearly impossible. This was Spanish 1. Towards the beginning of the year, it was easy, and then as the year started to progress, we started learning about the verbs and the possessive nouns in Spanish, and I was just like, girl, I'm not about to pass this class because I barely know how to speak good English. How am I gonna learn a whole new language when I barely know how to speak the language that I'm speaking right now? So I was just like, man, you know what, I give up. But I would admit, at the beginning of the school year, I was doing good as far as like the test, because it was just naming foods and stuff like comer pasta, and that just means eat pasta. Like, it was easy stuff like that at the beginning of the year. But then as the year started to progress, I started skipping that class, and they started learning a lot of new stuff towards the end of the year, which I don't understand, because you had the whole year to teach us that, and you want to wait to the end of the year when everybody is tired of school to teach us all this new stuff.
It's so sick and twisted.
Towards the end of the year, people started making group chats and taking pictures of the test and sending it in the group chat. So I was just like, I'm not gonna worry about it because people are gonna send the answers to the test anyway, so I don't really have to study and I don't really have to go to her class. It worked for a good amount of time. Every time we took a test, somebody, just snapped a picture of the test, send it in the group chat. So I was like, okay, cool. This is a good system going on here. This can work. Our big tests were always on Google Classroom, and a lot of people figure out ways to hack in the Google Classroom and figure out stuff to do to get the answers or whatever.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, they had systems where they would just take the test off the teacher's desk, take a picture of it before the test, write down the answers, figure out what the answers were. It was all good. And sometimes we would just straight up pull out our phones during the test and, just typing away on the answers, because at the end of the day, it's still Spanish, and all you have to do is go on Google Translate and it's gonna tell you the right answers.
I am so powerful. My mind, it amazes me sometimes.
But don't try that, and y'all gonna see why I'm telling y'all do not do this. The test is coming up really, really soon, and this whole time I haven't really been going to the class, so I'm just like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna pass this class? I sweated a little bit, but not that much, because I knew somebody would come up with the answers or write down the answers or take a picture of the test. So I think it's 2 days before the test, and I think she uploaded. Oh, no. This is what happened. We have different scheduled days for the block periods that they take the test. So the first block would take the test on Monday, the second block would take the test on Wednesday. It was stuff like that. So we happened to not be the first class to take the test. So the first class that took the test, they took the test, then they took a picture of all the ones they got right and all the ones they got wrong. So eventually people started putting 2 and 2 together, and they started using Google Translate to get the right and the wrong answers together for the test. And the way this teacher messed up was she didn't put the test answers, she didn't mix the test up for every class, and that's why a lot of people were able to cheat on this test, because she didn't mix up the answers. The day of the test comes, and no. Somebody sent me the answers to the test the day before we took the test. So when I got home, I immediately ran to my computer. I started typing, making sure that all the answers were right. I took a small sheet of paper. I might still have that sheet of paper in my binder to this day, but I took a small sheet of paper, maybe this big, and I began writing down all those answers, A, B, C, C, D, D, E, F, G, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I just started writing all those answers down on that tiny sheet of paper. Then the test comes. We're getting ready to take the test. I'm a little nervous because I don't really cheat on tests like that because I'm too nervous. Like, I'm a really nervous person, and when I'm nervous, you can tell that I'm nervous. So that's why I was a little hesitant about cheating on this test. You're not supposed to stay at our school if you get caught cheating on the exam. This was the final exam, and if you fail this final exam, it's most likely that you're gonna fail for the whole school year. So I was nervous, but I had to do what I had to do because, I had to pass.
Period.
The day of the test comes and I have all my answers written down. A couple other people in the class do too, but I was just extra and I did it the day before. A lot of people were writing down a few of the questions, but me, I wrote down every last question that was on that paper. So the day of the test comes and the test was on laptop. I'm gonna call this boy D because he was in on the plane with me too. So when it's time for the test to come, I took the small sheet of paper that I had written down all the answers on. I put it under my computer, and every time she would walk away, I would just like slide it under just a little bit so I could see the answers for the test. But for some reason, she kept coming over there. Like, she literally kept coming where I was.
You can't do it! I can't.
Middle of the test, I ended up getting up and I ended up moving next to D. And I don't know why I moved next to D because he's always getting in trouble and he got caught cheating on the test before. So I really don't understand why I moved next to him. But when I moved next to him, it made the situation way worse. Like, she was literally standing over us the whole time. Eventually, I got nervous with the sheet of paper method, so I just pulled out the screenshots on my phone. And this is a little selfish, and I know he's gonna watch this video, so I'm sorry for making you take my phone to, okay, I'm gonna get into it, but just know I'm sorry. So I hand D my phone somewhere. Okay, so I was sitting here and D was sitting like right next to me. So I hand him my phone for him to put the answers down. So we had a little system going on. He was gonna look on my phone and do the answers on his computer, and I was just gonna look on his computer to write down the answer that he had on his computer. So, we had a little system going on. The test was about 60 or 50 questions. So for the first 10 questions, it was good. We had a little system going on. And she realized that I was sitting next to him. She immediately, immediately, she zoomed to where we were so fast. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to fail this test. So she's looking, and she was literally standing right behind us, but every time she would look this way to help somebody or look the other way, he would hurry up and look at my phone to do the answers, to fill the answers in on the test. So y'all, let me tell y'all where he messed up at. While she was standing over him, his hands, okay, so pretend this is his legs and pretend this is my phone. He was like this, with the phone, and both of his hands were down, and he was typing like this, really, D? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you want to cheat, you gotta be smart about it, but don't cheat on the test. My Spanish teacher, she walks up and she said,
"What's in your hand?"
And he did this, it was still in his lap, but he just closed his legs like this to where she couldn't see it. And he did like this with his hands. And she was like, stand up. So he stood up. And behold, there was my phone just sitting right in the chair. Y'all, I was so nervous because I thought that I'm gonna tell y'all. So she took the phone. First of all, we weren't supposed to have phones in her classroom anyway. So she took my phone and she threw it in the box. She threw it in the box. So then after that, me and D, we just looking at each other like, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? what are we gonna do? We're gonna fail this test. I started looking through the test and it just looked like gibberish, mixed up letters on a paper. I didn't know anything that test said, like anything at all. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? It was the smart girl that I was sitting next to, so I looked to my right and I do like this and she do like this to her laptop. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So after about 10 minutes, by this time it was almost time to go. We had like 10 minutes left of class because he was taking forever to transfer the answers from the phone to the laptop. So by that time it was almost time for us to leave the class anyway. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna accept the fact that I'm about to make an F on this final exam. So I just start clicking and clicking and clicking. I'm just like, there's no point anymore. Like, there's literally no point. We both finished and she said, she looks at the test scores and she says, oh D, I'm so disappointed in you. And then she looked at me and she just shook her head. She was just like, I'm done with y'all. Y'all are just dumb. Y'all don't know Spanish. I was just like,
He's done.
that next day, she allowed everybody that made a C or below retake the test. So I ended up going home and I ended up studying for real this time, and I ended up making 100. No, I made a 96 on the test. And y'all, when I tell y'all I stayed up all night studying, I was like, no, I refuse to repeat this grade all over again. So I just went home. I studied, and I studied. The moral of this story is, do not cheat on a final exam. If you have to, then I don't know what to say, but if you have that option, then do not cheat. Do not cheat, especially on a final exam, because when I tell y'all, I was so scared and nervous of what would happen, y'all just don't understand. But so that's pretty much the end of this story. If you guys want to see more story times, then like, comment, and subscribe on my videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.